Just Stop is about our vile and vitriol that we feel towards J.K. Rowling because she is a giant twat.
We wrote it in July of 2020.
Yes, we did.
And that is when we released it. We didn't even... You weren't even in the band yet.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't even a twinkle in Vesper's eye.
We couldn't even be in the same room.
Yeah.
So,
we did it on lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, so we recorded pieces separately, and I made a very shit-tacular video.
When things got started just badly enough, we almost forgot all that cursed child stuff. We've had a pandemic and hornets.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, three years later, when we recorded it, it's still relevant.
It is. In fact, at one point we had threatened to write a new verse every time she did something stupid, but she just never stopped doing stupid things, and so it would have ended up being an entire album. I knew that I wanted to have like a big chorus sing-along on the last chorus.
Yes,
right?
which we have tested out at live audiences and had worked really well.
And it worked really great. People were always singing and clapping along.
Into it. Absolutely.
Super great. And we had done stuff like this in the studio before, where we stacked our voices or we had some guests come into the studio and stack with us. Yeah. And so we thought, well, it would be really cool to invite some folks to come into the studio again with us like we did the last time we stacked vocals and do the same thing. And we're like, wait a minute, what if we brought in all of our transgendered and our genderqueer or non-binary, friends and patrons?
It's bigger than that. I think every single voice on that song, except for me, is a trans person in some capacity, identifies as some flavor, for lack of a better word, of trans,
not cisgender,
including you too. The only reason that I am on it is I sing the melodies
because she's got to be there.
There was no other way.
Stop, just fucking stop. Sit on your pile of money and stop.
First she was like, but I don't know if we know enough people. And I was like, I bet we do.
We sure fucking
And we had too many. We had to tell people not to show up because there was not space.
Stop. Just fucking stop.
It was really incredible as well to have just people across generations, because we had people that are older than us, we had people that are younger than us, we had a child. And that was something so phenomenal to see and to be a part of, to have this multi-generational, multicultural, multi-identifying type situation in our SiQueerian Chorus.
We had all
SiQueerian
Chorus.
Yeah.
Stand by, we're gonna go again.
Sit on your money and stop. Stop, just fucking stop. Sit on your pile of money and stop.
For those who don't know, when we do stack tracks, George likes us to, or whoever's doing it, I say us, but obviously I wasn't in there, likes to use different tones of voices. So at one point, so then he'll stack it on top, and even though we had 10 people, it'll sound like 30 people or 50 people. So there were different, like, timbres and tones that he had to do. So, like, angry or sad. And then he rotated, which was cool. So they all stood in one formation, and then he was like, okay, everybody stand in a different spot, so then it sounds different. And there was one where you all did it really angry. And the child that was there, you could hear their voice. So prominently.
Just the pain in it.
To the point that I literally teared up watching this happen. And then watching you all, and even myself, like, listen to it for the first time, even though it was like a rough track, was so cool and powerful.
Just sit on your money and stop. Everybody stop. Just fucking stop.
I absolutely cried when we were listening to it. It felt like such an important and significant moment for all of us.
Yes.
Every single person that was there. And I I was already just really proud to know all of these super fucking amazing people and to know these two very talented musicians, and then to be part of something that was this significant also as part of the band, also as part of this friend group, as part of this marginalized community
in this moment
in time was just it was so many things all at once during Pride Month that I was just like, well, I guess I'm crying now.
It's time that you really should stop. Just stop. Just sit